Hello, fellow pipers. Yaris here.
Silvio here.
Welcome to our 20-minute pipe show.
Well,
And Silvio and I are talking about different pipe smoking related topics, more or less.
yeah.
So right now I'm smoking this pot from, what are they? Barling?
Barley.
Barling pot, sandblasted Trafalgar, I think was the line. And in it I have some fresher version of Erinmore Flake that I will just stop smoking now, and I will light my aged version of. How about
Yeah.
you?
I'm smoking this Vio Larson ring grain that you cannot see. My top of the head is missing, as you can see. I lost it yesterday in traffic. I only have this part. Everything from here up, it's gone. Yeah. And I'm smoking the 20 or 25 years old Erinmore Flake that you sent me a sample of. Yeah.
Now I received a comment from one of the viewers who said that STG was also using these old Erinmore tins sometime after the transfer of production from Murray's to Orlik. Not the STG, the Orlik, because in that time it was not the STG didn't exist. So the Orlik was using this thing. So he said that this might not be so old, let's say. But I don't know. I don't think that you can place the tobacco, which is very controlled product, onto a certain market without having the correct data on the tin. I don't know. For me, it's at least 20, if not more years old version of Erinmore Flake.
Yeah, and it's pretty similar to the new one, so that is a good thing. Yeah, so when you smell it in the package, let's say it has that aged smell of figs and everything, but when you smoke it, it's super close to Erin the new one, which is for me, you know me, if I could store tobaccos for 30 years and have the same taste, for me is no problem. I really like to smoke what the blender intended to smoke. I mean, I like it a bit aged and that fig taste, but I don't want it to be that different that has nothing in common with the tobacco the blender blended. You know what I'm saying? So it's very good for me. I don't want it to be very different with age.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, you were mentioning this often that you prefer the more fresher versions of tobacco, where maybe the taste is a bit stronger, more in line with what the producer intended us
Yeah.
to smoke or to taste. Yeah, and I'm always curious what the age does to the tobacco. I have to say that when I opened the tin, it had that smell of old tobacco, and the topping, or not the topping, but maybe it's a casing because it was a plug and then flake, was quite strong, very fresh, fruity, uh, almost citrusy. And when I was trying to discover what the topping is, more often pipers and even shops write that this is like a secret aroma that they are adding and so on. Some of them even mention that this is an apricot, which I don't know. I'm not tasting apricot. For me, it's more citrusy, fresh, fruity topping. That's all I can get out of this. I don't have so sensitive tongue and nose.
Yeah, people used to say it has pineapple aroma added flavoring because the logo of Verimore, it's a small pineapple, but for me it has apricot, and it is logical. This is what they use in Ireland, Scotland, in all the English, let's say, type of tobaccos: plum, apricot, even Germain. When I smoke medium flake, I think it's it has apricot taste. So it has, but it definitely doesn't have the, or maybe it does. I don't know, the pineapple. It is jammy, a bit of jam taste, let's say.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like 50 years old blend or maybe more, with made out of Virginia and Burley. I also found that there are some sites are saying that there is a black Cavendish inside. Some sites are just saying Virginia and black Cavendish and so on. So it's a mess up with all this information coming from the producers going through the um, shops and stores, who are then, I don't know, filling in if they don't have enough information. One of them even said that this is like just straight Virginia and so on. So it's quite hard to do it. I mean, when I smoke it, I don't think I would get so much satisfaction out of pure Virginia, even if it was topped a little bit. I think there is a burley inside, and the smoke is very satisfying. It's not like very light smoke or something. So regarding the strength, it's also at least medium. Let's say it's not like light.
Yeah, I also think it has burley. It's pretty satisfying. It's one of my favorites, and uh, it's one of the classics. You need to have some of these tobaccos
Yeah,
and
I
smoke
think
some.
I agree with you. We need to try those old blends. Nevertheless, that we know that they changed for sure since the first batch, due to the fact that often they exchange ownership, producers, and so on. So you cannot have totally the same taste, let's say in 70s and then today. I don't know. It's just my thoughts.
Yeah, you cannot recreate 100% the old blends. It's also due to all kinds of regulations, no chemicals allowed, and yeah, the producer are trying as best as they can to recreate them, but they're never 100% the same when they switch hands.
Yeah, I also noticed that we are not able to search for information on the tobacco reviews anymore.
Yeah.
I
So us
mean,
in Europe
here in Europe,
don't
yeah.
even have tobacco reviews anymore, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that we have maybe different legal framework for protecting of personal information. I think this is the catch here, maybe because different sites outside EU would have to adapt to that, and a lot of them did. Uh, but I don't know why the owner of the tobaccoreviews.com decided just to limit the access to this site this way, let's say.
Yeah. I have to say that we had great laughs through the time reading Jimming's. So I will miss Jimming's reviews. We had some good laughs of that. Yeah, for me it's not a big loss because I usually buy the well-known classic blends like adding more and I don't know, Peterson blends, ex Dunhill blends that I already know what's inside. I rarely buy something I don't know, new, newer made blends. But it was nice to have tobacco reviews.
Mhm. It did, because if at least they had a system how they organize the data. You can easily access it. You can check. You can even, if you want to, you can write your own reviews and so on. But there are other sites, but just going through them, it's like you're getting different information if you go to different stores or, you know. I mean, the STG that now owns this brand will not even talk about it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no heads up, no nothing. It just disappeared.
Yeah, what can we do?
Yeah.
I don't know if
So many
somebody.
times. Sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to ask if somebody else in Europe or in European Union has same problems. Can put it down in the comments, so we know that this is EU-wide problem. That's all I wanted to just say. I mean, I wanted to add also that when I was watching that video with the guy from the SDG, who was like going through all the portfolio of the STG and the McBaron Sutcliffe, picking up the blends that will stay in production and being sold in US, Europe, and so on. Um, there was one question regarding tobacco reviews, and they said that they intend to keep it because it's a good way to stay in contact with pipers, which is
Yeah.
why not? If you have a,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe today it's not so much, it's just like the reviews and ratings and maybe some commercials on the side, but they can turn it into the something else, something that will enable STG to to communicate with pipers, which is very important because now we know that they're, especially STG, is not very good in communication. Uh, you ask them a question, you never receive an answer, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
uh, that's why I think it's not a good thing to limit this only to US, let's say.
Yeah. Slowly, US becomes the heaven, pipe smoking heaven, and the rest of the world it's becoming a dark place for pipe smokers.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. Yeah. Or for smokers in general.
Well, just to add to this, so right now I'm smoking this Stanwell 77 Everson design, and in it I have this older version of the Erin Flint.
Yeah. I like it. It's a good Virginia Burley, first of all. It's a good Virginia Burley,
Yeah,
in my opinion. Strong enough, satisfying enough. It's not something you I hear people do. Some blends are for reading a book, and some are for watching a video or whatever. It's a simple, tasty, satisfying blend. Even an all day. Why not blend?
yeah. As you could see, I started to press the first cigar cake, and today I will be. And this is what I explained in the past. The best way to cut the cigar, is not maybe with the classical straight cut or the V cut or with this puncher that you can use. It's actually the best way is to take a wooden plate, cleaver, and just go and cut it into the stripes, you know.
That's brutal.
That's brutal, yeah. But this is
Yeah,
what
I
it,
can. Yeah, when I see Mr. Yanis cutting Monte Cristos and yeah,
the cohibas.
Romeo and Julieta and
Yeah.
what's that called? I cannot see well.
This is the Cohiba, Monte Cristo.
Cohibas.
Yeah, Cohibas.
Yeah, sweats are pouring on my face when I see him chopping off those cigars to make tobacco blends. But
This is a good cigar.
Vega Fina.
Yes, this is a Vega Fina 1989, 98, sorry.
Yeah.
We found this cigar when we were on our trip to Spain, and I like it. So sometimes when I go somewhere and they have them, I just take a few. So
Yeah.
those I do cut like straight or with the usually with
Puncher.
I usually use the puncher.
Yeah, it's my favorite also.
So I'm going to cut them, wait them first, then cut them and add some of the either I think Monte Cristos that were not yet used for this purpose.
Yeah.
I will. Oh, sorry, the wrong pipe, and I was wondering why it's not warm.
Yeah.
So, any changes on the Romanian pipe smoking market and scene?
Yeah, we got some more blends from COP. Those white elephant. Nothing I will buy, but I can see the prices are going up. So now usually a tin was like 98 lei. I don't know how much that is, almost 20 euros. And now it's 105. So maybe over 20 euros a tin.
Yeah, we are still waiting for the results of what we are going to be able to buy here, but there's not going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Because the STG offered, I think, only one or two blends or something like that for our market.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like you said earlier that this is like a strange situation where the pipe smoking is getting. I'm talking about Europe here or European Union. It's getting more and more limitations from European Union. And this will, of course, impact the production and sales and prices and so on. So I think still, if you are planning to smoke, either you buy the tobaccos now or you will be buying what's going to be sold later on. That's it. I mean, both things, both ways are good. It's what I want to say. It's like only if you are waiting and buying regularly tobacco, you will see certain blends disappear and not being able to buy them. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
You can either buy up for yourself or you can just buy whatever it's going to be sold on the market. Or
Yeah,
maybe,
here will also. Sorry, continue.
I just want to say, or maybe to have somebody, friend or somebody sending you some or.
Yeah, yeah. We also got a year ago a sugar tax. So all the sweets doubled in price. All the Pepsi and 7-Ups and everything almost doubled in price overnight because they are trying to make us healthy and crap like that. So even with sweets, it's becoming.
Yeah, I listened to someone who was interviewed on the radio years ago, and the person said that never in the history of mankind, and I'm talking this for Europe, for not for all the places in the world, of course. There was no time in history when sweet, fat, and salt were salty foods or sweet drinks or sweet um, food or whatever, and now they're adding sugar to everything just because they want to keep us reaching out for that and eating that. There was never time in the history that these three, so fat, sugar, and salt,
were together.
not only, yeah, but together, but also they were never so cheap as today.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes to have sugar in the house or to have a good piece of meat was very rare. Usually they were eating meat only on Sundays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now people don't even eat if there is not meat involved. No, so it's total difference. And also goes for sugar, candies, stuff like that.
Yeah, I've read that not sugar itself make you fat or fat on itself. Is this combination that does not exist in nature? Fat, sugar, and salt together. There is no salty, fatty, very sweet fruit in nature, or you know. So this is actually what makes us fat. This combination of fat and sugar and salt.
And we are not working manually as the people did in the past. We are not moving so much, walking and doing hard work, and meaning that we are not burning those fats, sugars, calories in general. So let's conclude this with our final thoughts on this blend, Silvio.
A good Virginia Burley. I always liked it. It's not something very special, not something to smoke and think about. I'm not doing that anyways. I'm not daydreaming smoking a tobacco, but it's direct and satisfying. A bit of mm, sweetness, not too much. A bit fruity. I love it.
Yeah. For me, it's also a straight Virginia Burley with some topping or casing added. That it's pleasant to smoke, and especially this a bit aged version. It gives some notes of the aged tobacco, that old tobacco is smell a little bit. Nevertheless, that still has that fruity, in this case even figgy smell when you smoke it, when you are smelling it. But I also enjoy it. That's why I opened it and said I have to try this, because this classical Irish flakes, meaning Virginia Burley with some added aroma, are really good. So, okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for staying with us, watching us, and I hope you will have a comment or two to put under the video. And until we meet again, I wish you all a lot of pleasant smokes.
Bye.